Let's shift our focus to the United States. President Donald Trump hosted Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at his Mar-a-Lago residence in Florida. This was Netanyahu's sixth meeting with Trump in 11 months, highlighting the close ties between the two leaders. Both publicly praised each other, but their differences over issues like the West Bank and the stalled Gaza peace plan were also visible. Netanyahu arrived in Florida on Monday afternoon, marking yet another high-profile visit since Trump returned to office on January 20th this year. The meeting came at a time when the Gaza ceasefire is fragile, regional conflicts are expanding, and Washington is recalibrating its role across the West Asia. On Gaza, Trump issued a blunt warning to Hamas, saying the group must disarm or face severe consequences. Trump claimed that even countries that once backed Hamas are now unwilling to tolerate the group remaining armed. The remarks come as negotiations over the next phase of the Gaza ceasefire remain stalled, with Washington keeping the focus firmly on Hamas's disarmament.
Well, we talked about Hamas and we talked about disarmament, and they're going to be given a very short period of time to disarm, and we'll see how that works out. Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner will be in charge of that from our side, but if they don't disarm, as they agreed to do, they agreed to it, and then they'll be held to pay for them. And we don't want that. We're not looking for that. But they have to disarm within a fairly short period of time.
Iran emerged as a key area of alignment. Trump signaled support for renewed military action if Tehran revives its missile or nuclear programs. Following Trump's remarks, a senior advisor to Iran's supreme leader warned that any aggression against Iran would trigger an immediate and harsh response. Israel has long maintained a hardline position on Iran's nuclear ambitions, a stance that broadly mirrors Trump's remarks.
Don't forget, we made the plan possible by taking out Iran. And speaking of Iran, I hope they're not trying to build up again, because if they are, we're going to have no choice but very quickly to eradicate that buildup. So I hope Iran is not trying to build up, as I've been reading that they're building up weapons and other things. And if they are, they're not using the sites that we obliterated, but they're using possibly different sites.
Beyond Gaza and Iran, the discussions widened to Syria, where differences surfaced. Trump said the two sides had an understanding on Syria, while also speaking about engaging the country's new leadership following the ouster of Bashar al-Assad, signaling openness to a shifting regional equation. Netanyahu, however, struck a cautious note, stressing border security and Israel's concerns over militant activity. And despite Trump's claim of an understanding, Syria remained an area where the two leaders did not fully align.
Our interest is to have a peaceful border with Syria. Our interest is to have, and we openly say it, we want to make sure that the border area right next to our border is safe. We don't have terrorists, we don't have attacks, and we also want to secure our Druze friends. And by the way,
differences also surfaced over the West Bank. Trump admitted the two sides are not fully aligned without detailing the dispute, while Netanyahu too avoided specifics.
Well, we have had a discussion, big discussion for a long time on the West Bank, and I wouldn't say we agree on the West Bank 100%, but we will come to a conclusion on the West Bank.
Another flashpoint was the issue of a potential pardon for Netanyahu. Trump claimed that Israel's President Isaac Herzog had indicated a pardon was forthcoming. However, Herzog's office swiftly pushed back, stating that no such discussion had taken place with Trump and rejecting the suggestion outright. Netanyahu, who is Israel's first sitting prime minister to face criminal charges, continues to deny allegations of bribery, fraud and breach of trust stemming from his 2019 indictment. Despite reports of tension in recent months, the meeting ended on a note of public warmth. Trump hailed Netanyahu as a hero, praising his leadership, while Netanyahu announced that Trump would receive Israel's prestigious national prize, making him the first non-Israeli to be honored with the award. The display of mutual admiration underscored a familiar pattern. Even when disagreements surface, the U.S.-Israel partnership endures endures driven by shared interests, strong rhetoric, and carefully staged political bromance. Want the facts?
The latest developments?
News that gets straight to the point.
Well, we've got all three just for you. This is Firstpost Live, a brand new show, your window into what really matters.
Don't miss it.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
Stands at $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktor,
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka charge mo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Sekali radikali. Stop.
Japanese,
$4 trilhão以上mo.
Portuguese,
Por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select the language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.